Death. It is a subject that makes many uncomfortable. We shy away from it. We whisper about it. But why? Death is as natural as birth. It is a part of life. I have witnessed countless deaths. I have seen the fear in the eyes of patients and families. But I have also seen something else: peace. We can approach death from two perspectives. One is scientific, the other is spiritual. Both offer valuable insights. Science helps us understand the physical processes of dying. Spirituality provides comfort and hope. In exploring both, we can begin to see death not as an ending, but as a transition. Understanding death, both scientifically and spiritually, can help us to embrace it. It allows us to see the beauty in the end of life. It allows us to cherish the time we have, and it allows us to say goodbye with love and peace in our hearts. Death is something that many of us fear, but what if I told you that it doesn't have to be scary? As someone who has witnessed countless end-of-life journeys, I've learned that death is often more peaceful than we imagine. Fear of death is natural. For many, it stems from fear of the unknown. What happens when we take our last breath? Fear of suffering. Will it be painful? Fear of leaving loved ones behind. What happens to those we love? But most of these fears come from misunderstandings about the dying process. When we understand what really happens during the final moments of life, it can replace fear with peace and acceptance. The human body is a remarkable machine. Even in death, it strives for balance. As the end nears, a symphony of changes occur. These changes are not random. They are orchestrated to ease the transition. Calcium levels rise, promoting sleep and reducing pain. Hunger and thirst naturally diminish. The body conserves energy, letting go. Ketones and endorphins provide comfort. The body prepares itself for death. It is a gradual letting go. Understanding these processes can alleviate fear. Science helps us understand the physical aspects of death. But what about the spiritual? What happens to our consciousness? Many report profound experiences at the end of life. I once cared for a woman. She was dying of cancer. She spoke of seeing her deceased husband. She described feelings of love and joy. Her family noticed her peaceful demeanor. Experiences like hers are not uncommon. They offer comfort and suggest death is a beginning. Gap 3. So, how can we overcome this fear? Here are some ways. Gap 2. Learn about death. The more you understand the process, the less unknown it becomes. Gap 2. Talk about it. Share your fears with loved ones or a counselor. Talking helps reduce fear. Gap 2. Find meaning. Reflect on what brings your life joy and purpose. When we live meaningfully, we fear death less. Gap 2. Explore your spiritual beliefs, whether through religion, nature, or legacy. Many find peace in their beliefs about what happens next. Gap 2. Focus on legacy. Knowing that your love, your values, and your memories will live on can be incredibly comforting. Gap 2. Remember, fear fades with understanding, and peace comes from acceptance. Gap 3. Fear of death is natural, but it doesn't have to control us. By understanding the process, embracing the conversations, and finding meaning in life, we can replace fear with peace. If this video brought you comfort, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need it. Gap 3's, comment below. What are your thoughts on the fear of death? Have you experienced moments that brought you peace about this topic? Thank you for being part of this conversation. Remember, you are not alone, and understanding brings peace. Death is a certainty. It is a part of the circle of life. Yet, we often live in fear of it. We avoid talking about it. We push it to the back of our minds. But what if we embrace death instead of fearing it? Understanding the science of death can help us see it as a natural process. It is not something to be feared, but something to be understood. The body, in its wisdom, knows how to die. Exploring the spiritual side of death can offer comfort and hope. While we may not have all the answers, the experiences of those nearing death suggest that there is something beyond this life. Death is not the end. It is a transition. It is a journey into the unknown. By embracing death, we can live our lives more fully. We can appreciate each moment, and we can face the end with courage and grace.